ask her how much remains after she sold her vote for 5k in Ekiti. In the month of June, the Ekiti state gubernatorial election was conducted, and it elicited several reactions online. Some youths who allegedly sold their votes for 5,000 naira took to their social media pages to share videos of themselves with their PVC and the money they allegedly collected. But a lot of Nigerians angry online because they expect the youth to be in their best behaviors whenever it comes to voting. Several people expressed their anger, including some Nigerian celebrities. Paulo Coelho made comments and stated that he was disappointed in the lady who showed off the money she collected after selling her vote. Today, the singer shared the lady's photo with a caption that has got a lot of people talking. He urged people to help him ask the lady how much she has left after selling her vote for 5,000 naira. Paulo Coelho's post was then shared on Linda Ekiti's blog and it got a lot of comments. So he actually put it on his story post, and then just literally made a little comment as people normally do on Instagram. And in Pidgin, he says, "I beg, make una help me ask her how much remain after selling her vote for 5k in Ekiti election." Yeah, I mean, again, with whatever happens, if you're going online to share that you sold your vote, and obviously in the picture she had the money and also had the her PVC as well. So I guess that sort of gives evidence to the fact that she's able and capable of voting. And we didn't actually see her vote, but if she says, I was given money to vote in the elections, well, she was given money to vote, and I think as much as it would hurt, as much as we try our best, everyone tries their best to try convince everyone else of who the best candidate is, or why their candidate should be the favorite, or why they think their candidate is the best. You can do all that, whether you're strong in your persuasions or not. It all comes down to the person, and we cannot make decisions for other people. And that's where the fairness comes in. You choose what you want. If someone is being more persuasive and you think for yourself, you know what, maybe this is fine for me, then okay, good. But I guess the hurtful side is not even who she voted for, it's just the culture of selling votes. It's the norm that it has created, that has been with previous administrations. And so it's not even, actually, let me even be fair in the argument. It's not about who you vote for. You should not be selling your votes for 5,000 naira, especially for a currency that is depreciating and is literally losing value every single day. It's like, what's the point? What could 5,000 naira give you in the last 10 years, and what can 5,000 naira give you now? Then you can say, give it the value of your currency. But whether your currency is valued or not, even if it's $1 to $1, that's not the point. The point is, you shouldn't sell your vote for money, no matter how big it is. This is your right. I mean, your decisions that you're making is going to affect not only you, but a lot of the whole of Nigeria. It's either you're on one side or you're not. That would lead to an outcome or not. And then forgetting about the now, or like as much as the now is important, those in power are also making decisions for your children to come. So it's either they empower you to create a stepping stone for your generations to come, or they violate. They violate your being, they violate your work, they violate your grind, and your future children have to work 10 times as hard to even get to where you have gotten to. Now that is the point. I think it would hurt, especially if there's a general movement for change, and then you see someone basically slacking behind. It's not even who you vote for. It's not. Is this what you're going to do to sell your vote? Is it really worth it? And I guess it it's I think my line of argument in at first was, what, people can make their decisions, but nah, I think I'm changing my line of argument. What I mean is, you can't force people to vote for anybody, but in this situation, this kind of act needs to be corrected, because why it's not even normal under the constitution. And when it comes to your moral rights, why would you do that? You're literally losing the whole essence of voting in the first place. So obviously, I think it's a good thing as well. Someone as influential as I've forgotten that Peter or Paul. I'm not sure. Let me go back. I think Paul. Yeah, Paul. Okay, I'm happy that he's as popular and making this known. And it's like, what has she gained? All these useless Yoruba tribal bigots will not comment when it is about the obvious best presidential candidate, Peter Obi. They will open their loquacious mouths in support of rogues like Tinubu who share money to win votes, knowing he has nothing to offer. Yeah, and I think I guess it just shows how disconnected we are from ourselves and the kind of government we run. It's like there's just so many deep issues within this because it's like if you feel connected to the way, because again, given the court systems in Nigeria, given our system of government, it's not necessarily innate within us in terms of how, if you go back to the olden days, with what respect, like people will more likely respect an oath in a shrine than an oath in a court system, and it's very, very true. It's not that it's just what is of value. So it just shows that this whole system of voting is really not of value to them. Maybe throughout the years they've just been convinced, you know what, it's never going to change, and it's not something they respect or see to work for them. Then the attitude, because again, if you understand how important voting is, you wouldn't do something like that. But then again, you can also argue against the Nigerian enlightened professionals in the past who chose not to vote because they also thought it wasn't worth it. Of course, understanding how things are being rigged and the unfairness of the unfair aspect of voting. But again, Nigeria is very abnormal. It's a very abnormal country. If you try to study it, you have to go left, not right. You have to go through the reverse of normal to get your arguments to make sense. Unfortunately, this is a culture that has or a habit or a norm that has been established for so many years, and obviously trying to move forward means that we're going to have to break that mentality at the grassroots and upwards. It's that simple. You can't make a revolution and you have majority of people like this woman thinking in that mindset. Cannot work. It will not work. We will literally be killing ourselves. But what I think, I don't forget